Imagine a world without Mario. No Zelda, no Pokemon, no childhood memories of battling Bowser, no late-night races on Rainbow Road, no triumphant moments of collecting that final piece of the Triforce. Unthinkable, isn't it? And yet, if we turn back the clock, we find a time when Nintendo was just a small business in Kyoto, Japan. A company with no connection to video games, no legendary characters, and no hint of the gaming juggernaut it would become. A time when its fate could have gone in a very different direction. This is the story of a company that defied all odds. A company that survived market crashes, brutal competition, and industry betrayals. A company that reinvented itself again, and again, and again. This is the rise of Nintendo. In the year 1889, a craftsman named Fusajiro Yamauchi had a vision. The world was changing, and so was Japan. The old ways of entertainment were fading, but one thing remained timeless: playing cards. Western-style cards had been banned due to their association with gambling, but Fusajiro saw opportunity where others saw limitations. He began crafting Hanafuda cards, handmade, beautifully painted, and unique. At first, his business thrived. The demand was massive, spreading across Kyoto and into the hands of gamblers, yakuza, and even the imperial court. Nintendo's name grew in power, but with success came problems. The cards were too durable, too high quality. Customers didn't need to buy new ones. Sales plummeted. Nintendo faced ruin. If the company was to survive, it needed a savior. That savior arrived in the form of Hiroshi Yamauchi, the grandson of the company's founder. A hard, ruthless businessman with ambition unlike any before him. When he took control in the 1950s, he saw the writing on the wall. Nintendo's old ways were dead. And so, he tore down tradition. He expanded Nintendo into new markets. He struck a deal with Disney to put beloved cartoon characters on Nintendo's playing cards, and just like that, sales skyrocketed. But Hiroshi Yamauchi wasn't satisfied. The world was changing. The television was dominating homes. Entertainment was evolving. And if Nintendo wanted to thrive, it had to evolve with it. The 1970s, the dawn of a new age. Arcade games were taking the world by storm. Nintendo saw an opportunity. But it needed something bold, something revolutionary. Enter Gunpei Yokoi, an engineer with an eye for innovation. He created Nintendo's first electronic toy, the Ultra Hand, followed by the Game & Watch, a simple, handheld gaming device that would sell over 43 million units. It was a glimpse of Nintendo's future. But the company needed more. It needed an icon, and that icon was born in 1981 with a little game called Donkey Kong. A young up-and-coming designer named Shigeru Miyamoto crafted a game unlike any before it. A game where a brave carpenter, originally named Jumpman, had to rescue a damsel in distress from a monstrous ape. And with that, a legend was born. Jumpman would soon be renamed Mario. But Nintendo was just getting started, because something was coming, something that would destroy the video game industry itself. The video game crash of 1883. It was chaos, too many consoles, too many bad games, too much greed. The market collapsed. Atari, the once mighty giant, was in ruins. People believed video games were dead. But Nintendo had other plans, and in 1985 it unveiled a masterpiece. The Nintendo Entertainment System, a machine unlike any before it. But the true secret to its success? A game that would define an era? Super Mario Bros. With its colorful worlds, precise controls, and mind-blowing secrets, Super Mario Bros. Wasn't just a game, it was a revolution. Nintendo had saved the industry. By 1989, the NES was in 25% of American homes. But success breeds competition, and as the 1990s dawned, a new challenger appeared. one with a blue hedgehog and an attitude. Sega, with the Genesis, they declared war on Nintendo, and for the first time, Nintendo had an actual fight on its hands. In response, Nintendo fired back with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The SNES was powerful, gorgeous, home to legendary games like The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and F-Zero. But the wars weren't over, because something was about to happen that would change the gaming landscape forever. Nintendo had a secret ally, a tech company named Sony. Together, they worked on a project, an advanced console with CD-ROM capabilities. But at the last minute, Nintendo betrayed Sony. The deal was off. The partnership was dead. And Sony? They didn't forget. They didn't forgive. They created their own console, the PlayStation, and when it launched in 1995, it dominated. Nintendo's N64 struggled. Sony was the new king. And when they released the PlayStation 2, they crushed Nintendo's GameCube as well. But Nintendo doesn't die. It adapts, it fights, it rises. In 2004, it struck back with the Nintendo DS, a handheld with dual screens that shocked the world. And then in 2006, the game changer, the Wii. A console with motion controls that brought gaming to everyone, young, old, experienced, casual. It sold over 100 million units. Nintendo was back. But not all was perfect. The Wii U was a failure. Nintendo was losing again. But then, in 2017, the Switch. A console that could be played anywhere. A hybrid system that took the world by storm. Selling over 150 million units, it proved that Nintendo was still the master of gaming. But what's next? Nintendo has already teased its next great console, the Switch 2. Could this be the start of a new era? Could Nintendo once again rise to power and challenge Sony for gaming's throne? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Nintendo will never die. What's your favorite Nintendo memory? Which console defined your childhood? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more legendary history.